This is the Tucson Tasty Show, and I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McLean. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
I'm hanging out with Santa Claus all day, so what more could I ask for?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's Christmas Eve, so I thought I'd get in the festive mood and,
you
put
are.
on the
Yeah,
wig
you are.
and the
Great.
Santa Claus, and you get to see this on YouTube later this week, and I'm super excited because tomorrow's the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the big day.
The big day. Absolutely. And you got like three from 15 down to 8.
9.
So like
Yep.
9,
Yep.
somewhere around there. So this is a big deal. Like imagine like they wake you up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Dad, time to open the present. No,
Yep.
go back to bed
back
for
to bed,
another
yep.
5 hours. Yeah.
We had to put a light in my son's room,
Okay.
and when it turns green, he's allowed to come out.
Interesting.
And it turns green at 7.
To be the son of a military person.
Yeah.
It's red and then it's green,
Okay.
but yeah, it's a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Is everybody ready for the big day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As ready as I'm going to be.
Yeah.
For
Fair
sure.
enough.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some cookies later on, which is
Nice.
gonna be pretty exciting because I call them crack cookies because they're rolled in powdered sugar,
Yeah.
and then they're baked, but they're actually crinkle cookies.
Yeah.
So
Just
they're
just
gonna
how
be great.
like crack is made. Exactly.
Exactly. Well, it's chocolate, and then you have to have the dough actually rest in the fridge overnight.
Mm.
So it's like aged dough. It's
Goodness.
it's a whole process.
You
and they're
just know
delicious.
good food. I guess that's why you do a food radio show. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Gastronomy radio show. Right?
There we
It's,
go.
Well, a special shout out to the people that make this possible, and that is our sponsors: Kiki Rogers with Country Financial, Vera Earl Premium Beef, ERC Junction, Veteran Rescue Mission, Pitcher Rocks Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, Bella's Gelato, Dirty Cactus Soap, and Mafia Kitchen, which we will be seeing Andrea from Mafia Kitchen in just a little bit here. Vera Earl's going to be on. Sean Smiley with ERC Junctions here today. I can't believe I got so many people involved on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I'm
That's wild.
really excited to be able to talk about
They must
this.
be all the hosts of their family for the Christmas festivities this year.
Yeah, I think I'm giving them
You
a
can
break.
just give them tomorrow off.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
That works.
You're so good.
Well, this is The Guys Next Door, brought to you by Pitcher Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. One of my favorite segments, and we get to just talk. And we have a very special guest. We have the coach of CDO, who just won the championship, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Well, the coach of the CDO football team, not all of CDO.
Well, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, he's not like
The
the
football
he's
team.
not the
Yes,
principal. Welcome, coach.
Hey, thank you for having me on, guys. Yeah, I don't want that much responsibility, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
you and me both.
I'll stick to the football program. But hey, appreciate you guys having me on, and honored to be here.
Absolutely, and we actually have a special gift for you. We have it's a Tucson Charity Food Festival, and the Tucson Charity Food Festival is going to be on the second Saturday in January. That's January 13th. And what I would like to do is have you guys as a guest and have a vendor table for you to be able to fundraise and get money for your football team championship rings.
Oh, wow. Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's
I
going to be an
appreciate you
amazing
thinking
event.
of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're expecting 400 to 500 people, possibly up to 3,000, if not more. It's going to be a fun day. And looking forward to seeing everybody there. Pitcher Rocks is going to be there.
Right.
Mafia Kitchen is going to be there. We're going to have brisket smoke off. So if you know anybody that does brisket well, and we're not looking for chefs. We're looking for the backyard. Warriors, if you will.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a fun night or fun day. It's going to start
Awesome.
tonight.
Looking forward to that opportunity. Thanks for thinking about us.
Absolutely.
I'll get my parents on this. Our Booster Club president actually does, when we do some events, he actually does smoke some meat for us and do all that number. So right up his alley.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the judges are actually going to be a lineup of celebrity judges, which I'm really excited about. We have Chef Obi from Mountain Oyster Club, and I'm hoping to get Chef Gary Shane from Tucson Foodie and et cetera and on. So because they're supporting us as well. So we definitely want to make sure that they're out there and getting that. So it should be a lot of fun, and just getting to have a time to get everybody together after the holidays. You know, kind of that post-holiday grog and get back to work, right?
Right on. Yeah, sounds like a good event. Excited.
Well, tell us, Coach. I mean, we mentioned it, but let's jump into it. You guys won the 4A state championship. Tell us about that. What that experience was like, when it happened, and now after doing accomplishing what is an amazing feat that one of, I don't know how many schools we have in Arizona. I want to think, or in the 4A conference rather. But a lot, you get to be one of them. What has been the recovery since that been like?
Yeah, there's not much recovery time because, we just ended in December 1st. And, as soon as the new year hits and we get back to school, we're at it again. So get about a month break. But, since the aftermath, what was kind of neat and fun is we had this already planned whether we were going to win or lose. But me and my family, we went straight to Disneyland, so it was like
I saw that.
Classic.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, 90s, 80s. Hey, Coach, where are you going after you won the Super Bowl thing? We went to Disneyland and we enjoyed that. And as soon as we got back, it was another Wednesday when I showed up. It was, back to teaching high school kids and all that other number. And now we're working on our banquet, end of the year festivities, and getting everything ready for the holidays. Today we had always having all these events. It's always going. Like today we had one of our players sign a letter of intent to play for New Mexico, the Lobos. So,
fantastic.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so Kylie Woodard. So we all got together and celebrated that as a program. And that's kind of a deal because it doesn't happen in Tucson very often. So all those, now the mission is taking these seniors and saying, hey, what's your next goal in life? You've been spending 4 years, football, school, football, now, what's the next step for you? What can connect you to your community and have that same kind of passion that you had for football and utilize that passion to help yourself grow and do all those things. So helping the seniors get out, bringing the new guys in. But in the meantime, we got a break here. Tomorrow's the last day of school, so we got a nice little break to enjoy all this. But yeah, it was just at Winter Haven last night, and I ran into one of my first years in 2009. We won the state championship then. Got to see him, his 3 kids, the whole number, and looking forward to those opportunities with this next group of young men and just staying connected and connecting with all the players that I've had over my 15 years as the head coach is kind of the thing that I miss the most, is because when the new group comes in, there's so much focus on that group and the new group and getting them ready, helping them become young men, that there's still all these other men that you touched that now are living lives, and
and you were a big part of it.
With them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I love connecting back with them because that, and helping them too if they need help or whatever they need, because that'll never change. So definitely grateful for all these relationships that this position and this sport has given me.
So I've got to ask. So you're the coach of the football team, but what do you teach?
Yeah, now I started my first 7 years doing math, and since I became the head coach, we have PE. I do physical education stuff. So
Nice.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So
And you'd imagine
just so I
that'd
can
be
connect
be like the best PE teacher would be the football coach,
No, that would be my nightmare from high school. The football coach is, run drills. No, I don't wanna do it.
Exactly. I mean, you'd be in good shape in that PE class for sure if the football coach was your
Absolutely.
teacher.
That's
for
cool.
sure. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my regular classes, I love it because I get to be a teacher and not the coach that has so much of that intensity all the time.
Okay, so you're a cool
Yeah.
PE teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
On top of being all that, but yeah, I love working with the other athletes too. That actually brings some joy to me as well. It gives me a good switch up because sometimes those football guys, they're a bit much all the time. So the good variety is good too.
For sure. And I guess one last time, let our listeners know how they can get plugged into you, they can donate, and they can be part of helping our 4A state championship team get them that little bling bling on their hands.
Yeah, for sure. Without a doubt, we appreciate the opportunity for that, and we're always trying to do things where kids in our program don't have to come out of pocket to do things. So we've been very grateful and blessed for our community support. But yeah, we're doing a sponsorship right now where we can have an event, displaying the rings. You can do banners to help support your business at our location and things of that sort, on top of helping these young men and not having to worry about how to come up with, you win a state championship now, hey, give me $300.
Right. And that's at CDO on Facebook, right?
CDO football parent page has that document up there. Perfect. And all the contact information up there. So,
well, I'm Wesley Source, your host of the Tucson Tasty Show. We'll be right back with more Stay Tasty Tucson.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm Wesley Source with here with Pastor John McClain with Veteran Rescue Mission.
Yeah. I can't hear me. Okay, now I can hear me.
There we go. I think we're all turned on now.
Hey, hello, hey. Can you hear you?
We are here with Mike from Vail Coffee, and we actually went out there with the guys next door last week, and we're going to have that video up very shortly, which is really exciting.
Yeah, I missed it. You guys are having guy next door fun without me.
Yeah, we were. I had to go.
I can't wait. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your coffee, and how'd you get your start?
We started out in Vail. There was only the coffee shop that shall not be named in the grocery store. Felt that the community needed a place to be, and my family and I found a trailer, converted it, partnered with a really good coffee source in Tucson called Mission Coffee Imports, who roasts our delicious coffee right here in town. And developed a space outside, oddly, during the pandemic, so an outdoor space for everybody, and created just a really good place for the community to come together. Partnered with a lot of the schools. Schools built our picnic benches that we have outside, and working with it there, and just all together kind of created a good atmosphere, and then created a great coffee to go with it. And, and who can go wrong with that?
Right. Especially being local also.
Yeah. Exactly. Even our tea is from my tea company here in town. So we do as much as we can right local.
That's incredible.
Interesting. And that the way you describe it, it all makes sense. Because, when unfortunately I wasn't there with the guys next door this past week. Yeah. But I have had the good fortune of voyaging way out there from the northwest part of Tucson, and having a meeting at Vail Coffee, and it's exactly that feel. Like this community feel, like the community came together to make an outdoor coffee shop to account for the needs of that area during a crisis in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. We partner with the schools as much as we can. We have a lot of events at our spot. We do a vendor fair every second Saturday of the month, and have up to 60 vendors right now. Kind of take over the property. We call it the land between the tracks. If you've been out to Vail, there's train tracks, and we're right smack between the two of them. And just have that space and do the vendor fairs. Gotten really big over time. People coming out there, and we have all local vendors doing it with that. And we get to serve our great coffee to everybody, so it works out for everyone.
So let's, being the Tucson Tasty Show, can you walk us through how you make such an amazing cup of coffee?
The bean we like to use is a Guatemala bean. We actually use it for our espresso, as well as we do a drip coffee with it. I just took a lot of practice in tasting coffee and getting the right grind, and we hand grind everything. Right fresh when we make it for both our drip coffee and make our espressos, and use that with our machine to make. We kind of played around and do different flavors. My son loves cinnamon rolls, so I played around and made a cinnamon roll. He loves that. My daughter liked kind of the chocolate covered cherry thing, so I made a cherry mocha for her. And
we've
that one. Yeah.
we
We'll
used
definitely have to go back.
Yeah, we do.
we used the Maya chai and created this apple pie chai, which is really delicious. Putting the two of those together, so
Wow.
Yeah.
just kind of doing with all that.
Yeah, and recently you won an award from the Pima County Small Business Coalition.
Yeah, we were very fortunate to be nominated by our community for the Small Business Award in the rural area, and they selected us, and we were able to accept that award last week. So we were really surprised and excited for that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's your favorite kind of hot sauce?
What's my favorite kind of hot sauce? Or
Oh, I love all kinds of hot sauces.
How hot do you
Excellent.
like it?
Pretty hot. I can take it pretty hot.
I offer this to everybody that comes on the show, and it's actually a very special sticker. It's a limited edition Tucson Tasty show sticker. It's a hologram,
Right.
and there's everybody that I've offered this to, except for John, has actually taken me up on it. I have Pepper X hot sauce.
Yeah,
Are you in
I'm in.
for a sticker?
Absolutely.
All right.
You
All
didn't
right.
even tell him what the pepper X
No,
is.
I-
Like, I have this hot sauce that's going to kill you. I'm in.
It's actually called the Last Dab Experience, and if you're familiar with who makes the Last Dab, I'm going to put it on a chip, not on a. But Pepper X is the hottest pepper in the world. They just won the Scoville level, and it averaged at 2.8 million on the Scoville level.
All right.
Yeah.
I could so see your mom having told you in your life, if all the kids jump off the bridge, would you do it too, huh?
And I just did it. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We could put it on cannoli. No, I'm kidding. Here's your chip.
Yep.
And I'll let you do the dab,
Dab.
and then I'm not responsible for serving you.
Oh, there you go.
But it's an absolutely incredible sauce. Every time I talk about it, my mouth actually starts watering because it's so flavorful. You don't want very much, and in fact, you probably want to put some of that back.
It's very
burning
nice
a
of him
hole
to
in the
tell you
table.
that. The one thing I will say about Wesley, even though he always tries to get everybody to take hot sauce, he's honest about it. Like, he doesn't try to like hurt you. He
No.
doesn't try to like pull
Right.
a fast one on you so he can laugh at you. He just wants you to enjoy it.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I appreciate that
Ready
about
for
you.
it?
Even though
Yeah,
I'm still
you have
not
a bottle of
gonna try
water, so we're good.
Okay.
And there it goes. He's contemplating what just happened.
it. Mm-hmm.
And that's got some pretty good heat to it already.
Yeah, and it builds a little bit and can last up to 6 hours.
Okay.
But it's some of the best flavor on the planet.
It's delicious.
Yeah, right? See,
Yeah.
the flavor is
It's
just
the flavor.
incredible.
If it has the flavor, then
If if the hot sauce is just hot and it hurts, it's one thing. It's like
Yeah.
I'm out.
It's gotta taste good.
but it has to have
has
a
to
good
taste
flavor.
good. Yep.
And we actually have an assortment of hot sauces. I got a new one today. Actually, it's called Black Garlic and Piri Piri sauce, and it has 4 out of 5 chilies. And looking forward to trying that one. I'm excited about
Of
it. I don't know
course.
what Piri Piri is, but I'm sure that my producer Tina can explain it to me. And but who knows?
Well, not non-hot sauce related to the guy who founded Vale Coffee. For someone who's passing through or has never been to Vale Coffee before,
Yes.
what would you suggest for them to give a try?
It depends on what they like. If they like something sweeter,
I just like regular coffee, and I
Regular
like my coffee to taste like Yoo-hoo.
like you do. Okay, so you like kind of that chocolatey
Uh-huh.
brown. A regular coffee, dude. Our Guatemala is our best one.
Okay.
It's a dark roast, but it's really smooth, and we can put as much creamer as you want in it.
Okay.
I've always felt like we should have a chart with a color chart that people could point to.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of like-
think Pastor John likes a little bit of coffee with his
With
creamer.
his-
Yeah, just a
Creamer.
little bit, just a pinch.
So you like creamer? Just
Yeah,
need to have
I like
coffee
French
flavored, yeah.
vanilla creamer.
Creamer, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
He
With-
likes it like the
with
donut
coffee
shop that makes the coffee that everybody talks about, and
Yeah.
they put about this much sugar in the bottom, and then
Yeah.
they water it down with a little coffee,
Absolutely.
and then
Right,
the rest
right.
is all cream.
if you like something sweet,
Yeah.
come by and have a honey hazelnut latte or a silk
Mhm.
roll latte, something like that.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We'll take good care of you.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I was actually surprised. I do like the peppermint mocha flavor, and
That's what I had last time.
But when you get it for other places, it's like overwhelming with the mocha. And I didn't find that. It had the coffee flavor. It had the balance on the peppermint and the mocha. So it wasn't overly anything, and it didn't taste like I was eating a candy cane. It tasted like I was drinking coffee.
It was a perfect combination of everything.
Very smooth.
That's
Very well
good
done.
to hear, because that was my goal when we first started. Is I didn't like the fact that so many coffee shops it was just sweet milk and
right.
coffee in there somewhere. If you want it that way, we can make it that way. It's a lot easier to add it than it is to take it away. So we really wanted to highlight our really good the beans that we use for our espresso, and that worked out great.
It did. It did a great job. Did you have another question, John?
I was just thinking, like, what is your favorite flavor of coffee at Vail Coffee?
I pretty much drink the Guatemala or the
Okay.
Peru.
Okay.
How's
No,
that?
straight-
How's that fire coming?
It's making it kind of hard to talk.
Yeah.
Before the thing, so I can see a little bit.
I don't want to ask the more
a little
sophisticated
tears
questions
going.
at this time.
I drink mostly that. When I first started, I drank all the lattes and kind of going through it, and you
Right.
get kind of burnout on it.
Oh, okay.
My daughter loves it when we kind of do tasting days where we're playing around. She's in college now, but she comes and helps us and helps create drinks. And there's been some days where she'll be like shaken to death because we've tried so many different things, and it's kind of like, oh, we got to slow down a little bit.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I just like a good cup of coffee, and I really can't count how many cups or pots of coffee I have in a typical day, because you just keep refilling your cup.
Oh, wow. Sounds like me in the Air Force.
Yeah.
I love that Navy coffee where
For sure.
you have to use the scissors to stop it. That was my favorite kind of coffee, just burnt all day long. And thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking forward to coming out. We do have the Tucson Charity Food Festival that is going to be January 13th. We'd love to see you out there, maybe do a brisket. Yeah, and we'll give you that information. But
Okay.
the doors open at 10. If you're doing the brisket, it's going to be open up a lot sooner. But I'm Wesley Source, host of the Tucson Tasty Show. We'll be right back. Special thank you to our sponsors, Kiki Rogers with Country Financial Insurance, Vera Earl Premium Beef, ERC Junction, Veteran Rescue Mission, Bella's Gelato, Pitcher Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Dirty Cactus Soap, and Mafia Kitchen. This is the Tucson Tasty Show, and I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McClain
Yes,
of
sir.
Veteran Rescue Mission.
Yes, sir.
Today has been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, it always is. I don't
It
know. I
is,
don't know
yeah.
if I've ever hung out with you and not had fun. So.
That's fair. And I'm
That's,
dressed up like Santa Claus.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
I got a wig on because I'm bald otherwise. Actually, as bald as
Maybe
Sean
this is your new
Smiley.
look. Maybe you'll just start wearing a white wig all the time.
No, good.
Okay, yeah.
no. It
Your
definitely
wife
doesn't
is
look natural.
giving me the no head shake. So yeah, that means
She wouldn't
at
let
least
me kiss
halfway
her
now.
earlier. She was like,
Oh,
"Get out of my
really?
face,
Fair enough.
go
Fair
away."
enough,
I was
yeah.
like, "All right." That's where she stands. So if I ever do grow back my hair, which probably won't,
Yeah,
because
I imagine that's not how it works. But yeah,
I have to keep it short.
interesting.
I
Back
know.
when you did have hair, what was your hairstyle like? You like
Spiked.
Oh, really?
I was a punk rock kid. I'm not.
Interesting.
I don't joke about that. That's exactly what I was.
I had an
and,
afro when I had hair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, well, you
actually.
see in my
I've seen your
book
pictures,
and everything. Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen you without the hat. So
yeah, because I don't have any hair, so there's no reason to be seeing me without a hat.
When I was 18, I was protesting. I was still in high school, so my mom told me that I couldn't grow out my hair, so I grew it out, and just typical high school teenager stuff. But I spiked it out for a Dropkick Murphys show,
Okay.
and it was literally like this.
Nice.
I mean,
Okay.
it was beautiful.
What about in the Air Force? Obviously, you couldn't have it spiked in the Air Force. What was it like?
No, it was shaved.
Just
It was
just
as
shaved.
beautiful and shiny
The
as
whole entire
Sean's.
time you're in the military.
Most of the time. I mean, after I had my first daughter, all of my hair fell out. So at
Interesting.
24, my
Yeah.
hair just
I could see that.
suddenly just
Yeah.
fell out.
Me was about 38, 31. So
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
And then I had my second daughter, and the rest of it fell out. And I think it just fell down because I have this
Mhm.
beautiful beard, but I can't grow a hair.
It
well,
just
I can
got
grow
sleepy
one
and
hair.
just fell down. Yeah, for sure. Did Tina like the punk rock look back in the day?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess
she
that's
says
why we
yes.
dated.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's how you got her. For sure. But that's not what we're here to talk about, right?
No. We have Sean Smiley with ERC Junction and Mafia Kitchen, and we're going to do my favorite segment, which is we get to try some of the food. And over to you, Sean.
Yeah, the food looks fantastic today. I can't wait. I already got dibs on one of these flavors. So it is time now for Tasty Bites with Pastor John, the place to expand your culinary horizons. Tasty Bites is brought to you by none other than me, Sean Smiley, and ERC Junction.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And Andrea with Mafia Kitchen. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm great.
Outstanding. So what'd you bring into the studio today? I mean, they don't look as small as they did last time.
No,
Did you jumbo size them?
I jumbo sized them. Today I brought
Nice.
our large cannoli that we run on our food cart. They are about 6.5 inches long, overstuffed. We don't have hollow centers. We garnish each end very beautifully with the product that's inside it. So today I brought Andy's mint candy and limoncello.
Limoncello?
Limoncello.
Oh, Don.
So which one are you going with,
Don
John?
is missing.
And you
Which
have
one
to
does he
share.
want to try?
Right now.
There's two of each, so you guys have
I will take the one you don't want, right?
No,
I
that's
have,
options.
I have napkins and I have forks and knives so that we can split these up because I'm going to try some of that limoncello because limoncello is actually
Yeah, that's
one
all
of my
Sean
favorites.
wanted. I think Sean was
Yeah.
trying to sneak out
I
the
tried to
back
bring
with
which
them.
were your favorites today was because you said you like mint and chocolate.
Actually,
Yeah,
So that was
Andy's.
last time. This
Yes.
time it's Andy's candy to go with holidays.
Andy's Mints is
Absolutely.
actually really one of my favorites.
My father's too.
When I was in college, my mom's mom was such a sweetheart. She'd send me these little care packages, and she'd include a nice box of Andy's Mints in there.
Do you remember when Andy's candies used to come out with different flavors every Christmas?
Yeah.
And it was like you would rush to the store to get the different flavors.
Definitely.
They don't do that anymore.
I never
I
knew
haven't
that they
seen
did that.
They, do.
They have peppermint though.
They
Yeah,
have.
They
that.
do have
I haven't seen
peppermint.
that, but they've had toffee ones before. Those are
So,
good.
John, what is your initial thoughts on this cannoli that looks so incredible?
It's like one of those like giant pieces of pizza where you're not sure exactly where to start, but it just looks so delicious, so you just want to just eat it all in one bite.
That's why I gave you a knife.
Yeah,
That's why I tell customers to eat it like a hot dog. You know, and you
pretty
just pull
much.
the
There you
paper
go.
down and stuff it in your mouth and go.
yeah, it's like
Let it get it all over your face.
It's the type of problems I want.
That's
For sure. It's definitely the type of problems I want.
exactly.
And looking at it, it looks like a toy almost, because it's just like it's so well designed. It looks kind of like a transformer of sorts. It has these just all these kind of cool colors going on with it. And just from a delicious standpoint, it looks like maybe I'll only probably be able to handle half of one of these
That's fair.
because it just looks just jam-packed full of sugary goodness.
That crunching noise is Sean Smiley trying to get through the
Stabbing.
cannoli,
He's stabbing.
and he's stabbing and twisting. Thank you, Andrea, for teaching him the correct technique
I
on
don't think I'd have
slicing
made
a
it otherwise.
cannoli.
No.
But that's how crunchy those shells are. I mean, you could just hear that.
You could hear it. Yeah.
And John's going in for his bite.
Going in. Here we
I
go. And try not to make a mess.
hope you like chocolate and mint because that looks chocolatey minty. I don't need to say anything. John's in his happy place.
It tastes like a delicious Girl Scout cookie cannoli.
There you go. There you go.
Or two.
Really?
I'm trying the limoncello.
Tell us about the limoncello. And I'm showing it to everybody at home there. You want some? All you have to do is go to mafiakitchen.com.
Just Mafia Kitchen on Instagram or Facebook.
There you go.
We don't have a website yet.
And what's the phone number?
520-261-2193.
And you do more than cannolis.
We do. We do catering. We do pasta bars, action stations. I've done baby showers, bridal showers, bachelorette parties. We do go to some schools, churches, whatever functions that.
When you
people
do all
want
that, is it a full menu or is it just cannolis?
Well, on the food cart, it's just cannolis and drinks. So we do
Okay.
Italian sodas, lemonades, and we do pickle punch, which is our signature lemonade. That is a sparkling pickle lemonade. Has a rim dip made out of pickle rim dip. Actually, we collaborate with Dirty Tea Tamarindo. She's a local candy maker in town, and she makes us the pickle rim dip. So
I've never heard of that.
it is really good. It is good.
Is
So
it like a dill pickle flavor? Or?
Yes, and
Okay.
I actually make a concoction of 5 different pickle juices to get the perfect balance of sweet, savory, and salty. A little spice. We put a
Pickle
little-
juice is really good for electrolytes and everything else. So if you're looking for a recovery after, let's say, a day of playing basketball, pickle juice is a great thing to sip on.
Interesting.
It is.
I
didn't
watch
know.
basketball.
Oh, really?
Muscle cramps.
Wow.
I used to play.
Impressive.
Opposed to playing basketball.
Yeah, but yeah, I made it through high school and college football with good knees, so I don't want to blow them out now because I'm
I get him.
a little on the heavier side.
I think you'd be a good center still.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely I'm certainly getting to that age now where I'll probably be playing pickleball more than playing basketball, but I'll still probably need the pickle juice after playing pickleball.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
So, but yeah, that's definitely I'd never heard that before, so thank you for that.
I think I'll stick with
Absolutely.
cannolis.
Yeah.
It's really good. Just come out to my
This
cart and
limoncello
try it.
is awesome. All right, I'll try it.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
Actually, I was going to ask. I know the last Sands Club meeting, Don was talking about how you're going to be doing like a cannoli of the week
Yes.
with of the month with him. I guess tell us about that, and then like what is like a minimum in regards to ordering for people who want to get your services.
So on the cart side, obviously, we just do the large shells for right now. So those are $10 on the cart, and we pipe everything to order. So if you are ordering by the dozen from us, we have 2 sizes. That is the small shell by the dozen and the large shell that you guys see today. The small shell is about a 2 to 3 bite, and in that dozen you get 2 to 3 creams, your choice. So I pipe those before I deliver them. That's one option. So that's our catering drop off. Free delivery is included with that. Or you can hire me to come out and do an action station. And what I do with that is pipe off a table at your private venue or within your house, however you want to do that. Customers really love to do that. I'm exceptionally fast piping, and they love to talk to me while I do it. So,
Absolutely.
and I love that part of it, that customer facing and laughing and joking with people. And I like to see their reaction when they try it.
And the
on their
cannoli,
face, so.
the cannoli subscription though is going to be pretty cool because you can sign up, and then the week or that week, every second week or third week in the month, you'll get delivered at least a dozen cannolis.
Yes, a dozen cannolis. With the Sam's Club, it's going to be the cannoli of the month delivered at the meeting, and everyone who goes to the meeting whose members are going to be able to partake in that.
Nice.
Outstanding.
But we think that's going to be successful, so we would like to take that out to the public.
And again, how can people get a hold of you to sign up for that subscription?
Absolutely. They can call us anytime or message us on Instagram and Facebook, and that is the easiest way to get a hold of me. I have to talk to every customer because I would really like to make sure that I got everybody's likes and desires of what their flavor profile needs to be and if they have any dietary restrictions.
I was going to ask what's in the cream.
It's made with 100% whole milk ricotta. And with the Andes candy, it just has Andes candy and ricotta. So it's just in my process that so we don't add any extra or additional flavors or extracts or anything like that. And the limoncello, I make my own limoncello out of rind, sugar, and some liquor.
So you actually make that limoncello. I was going to
Yes.
ask you about that because that would be a traditional Sicilian thing to do.
Yes,
When
it is.
when life gives you lemons, make
limoncello.
limoncello.
Exactly.
That's an inside
That
joke?
That is literally an inside joke for
Interesting.
Sicilians.
But
Well,
I'm
now I know.
Don, my partner Don would like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
I got to try this Andes Mitz in
It's
memory of
incredible.
my-
It's a burst of mint flavor. That's it's incredible. I have no way of describing it other than just the burst of flavor. Creamy, definitely minty, and then you get that crunch from the cannoli shell that you just don't get. I've
Right.
yet to find someplace else in Tucson that you can get a crunch off a cannoli shell. Like
I
that.
love the presentation. It's like you got little flecks of gold on these things.
They are. It's edible gold.
She does.
That's awesome.
We're known for
well,
being
this is for
bougie.
Thelma Walters, my grandma.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yep. And we're gonna try some hot sauce on that during the break.
Don't dare me, Wesley.
should've
Don't dare
known.
me, okay?
Oh, that's not a dare. That's going to happen.
It will happen.
But I'm Wesley Source, and thank you so much for joining us on this segment of Tasty Bites with Pastor John. Again, brought to you by ERC Junction. If you haven't done ERC Junction, you need to call Sean Smiley at
520-576-3524. I love helping people get money back from the IRS.
Outstanding. And thank you to Kiki Rogers, Country Financial Insurance, Vero Oral Premium Beef, ERC Junction, Veteran Rescue Mission, Bella's Gelato, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, Dirty Cactus Soap, and Mafia Kitchen. Stay tasty, Tucson. This is the Tucson Tasty Show, and I am your host, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McLean of Veteran Rescue Mission and Common Good Media Group.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. The Tucson Tasty Show is just off and popping and rocking, and we got amazing sponsors, amazing partners. We
Yes,
got
we do.
amazing festival coming up. Like,
do.
really, what more could we ask for?
Um,
Lamborghini?
No.
I don't know. They're really small cars.
I'm good with my Tundra.
you do have a nice Tundra. I like it.
Tucson Charity Food Festival is going to be a lot of fun. That is January 13th, the second Saturday. And it's going to benefit Veteran Rescue Mission along with the Shriner Hospital Transportation Fund. Now, not only are we going to support the homeless veterans, but we're also going to support the Shriner Hospital Transportation Fund, because that's what they need the help the most with, is getting the kids from where they are to the hospital so that they can save their lives. And this is not my story, but a story. Recently, there was a little girl in Mexico City that actually had burns on 90% of her body from a house fire. And if they can get her to the hospital within 24 hours, she has almost a 100% chance of recovery from that. So the transportation fund kicked in and got her and a guardian to the hospital. And she's now recovered, and she's doing really amazing. But
Nice.
it was $19,000. They wrote a check, this group, and it was taking care of all the hospital transportation equipment and everything else. So
awesome.
I mean, it's that's my
That's
my
a really
passion.
great cause.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And the other great thing about it is 100% of what we donate to them goes to that. So there's not administration fees or anything else that's going to be cut out of it. 100% goes to that.
That's really good to hear.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We're here with Sonora, and it's Christmas Eve. So let's talk about something a little bit more positive.
Well, there is a really positive
that was
side
a
to it.
positive
That-
story.
yes.
Yeah.
It's a good story,
heart-wrenching,
but
you
yeah,
know?
I try not to tear up every time I tell it, but because it's just so incredible that that I'm a part of something so
Yeah,
incredible.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But Sonora, you're from Vera Earl Premium Beef, and you're also the operations manager
Yes.
of the ranch, the right hand woman of Ian, the owner, operator.
Something like that. Yeah.
We'll go with that title. Sure.
Yeah. You know.
We went out to the ranch and saw some amazing things. We saw some cows. We saw some we saw some beef. I had a drone that found the only tree in the entire field. I think it was like 300
Sure.
yards around it. There's no trees. It crashed into the one tree.
It was the oddest thing in the world. Like, yeah, you took all this amazing footage of the place and the building, and there's just the drone's just scooting around, and out of nowhere, just crashes into a tree.
The tree jumped up out of the ground. I
just
swear.
must have.
It just came for you.
Just
Yeah.
sprouted out of nowhere. But yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, Vera Earl Ranch. I mean, if those out there listening, if nothing else, I would suggest you get a tour of the place. Go check out the place, because it was like nothing I would have guessed to see. Whether it was seeing their fridges filled with all this really premium, awesome beef that was bigger than my head, or going out and seeing the cattle, like these giant, like woolly mammoth-sized cows out
They're
there.
just regular sized cows.
Or just
everybody, but-
hearing about the 223,000 acres, something like that.
Didn't that just
It was
increase?
close. It was close.
Yeah.
No, I saw
No.
a post about something, but maybe not.
Not like that.
Okay.
Someday. Not now.
One day. Well, I know 223,000.
As far as the
that's
eye
a
can
good
see.
start.
As far as I
From
can
these
see.
mountains to
Yeah.
over the top of those mountains and beyond. Right?
The back,
It's like the scene from The Lion King. You know, that's what I always tell people.
Oh, that's
everywhere
good.
the light touches.
Yes.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah.
But it's from the backside of the technical part of it, backside of Santa Rita's all the way out to Chiricahuas and parts almost. out to
Kind
that,
of, yeah. The base of the Santa Rita's in Sonoita to the San Pedro River.
There we
so,
go.
Yeah, not quite the Chiricahuas.
From where I was sitting, it looked like the Chiricahuas. It was a long way
It's
off.
amazing.
It's like some of the ranches out in Texas, you know, hey, we're going to go over 2 of these pastures, but we'll get there in about 3 days.
Yeah.
But we're here with Sean. He hung out with us a little bit more to tell us about ERC Junction. Can you tell us about what you're doing with that?
Yeah, so we are helping business owners. The IRS themselves say about 8 out of 10 businesses under 500 employees will qualify for this credit.
Mm-hmm.
They can get up to $26,000 per employee.
Mm-hmm.
Time is going to be running out. We've got till the end of April 2024 to claim the 2020 money, and then we have another year to claim the 2021 money. So definitely reach out to me. Sean is SEAN, Sean at ercjunction.com. And I was just talking with Sonora. Good example, there are businesses who've already filed for the credit.
Right.
And we're happy to do a free review. If we can't find additional money that you qualify for, there's no cost for us to look.
Mm-hmm.
And you make sure that, you know, the businesses aren't just leaving money on the table.
Exactly.
And which is incredible. So,
Yeah, well, I've told the story a couple times on a few of the episodes here. A local restaurant already got $550,000. We thought we'd find another 20 or 30. We found another $698,000 that the original firm just failed to claim. They don't understand the law. So be sure you get your ERC. If you want to work with us, we'd appreciate it. But if you don't, make sure you've got an expert, somebody who really knows what they're doing. And now we've also added a new service for self-employed people. They can get up to $32,000.
Really?
So,
Interesting.
yeah,
It looks like I'll be talking to you.
right.
Because I was definitely self-employed in 2020. So, yeah.
Yes. We can definitely talk.
Outstanding. And so, have you tried any of the beef jerky from Vera
Oh, my
Premium Beef?
goodness. Best beef jerky we've ever had.
Oh, man, I
Yeah.
forgot to get some when
And
I was
then
out there. I'm so mad at myself.
John.
I know.
And then the
I'm so
beef
mad.
sticks. And then the beef
Yeah.
sticks. Now, they're not made here, but
They are not. No.
we're going to talk about them anyways. We're just not
That's
going to talk
fine.
about where they're made because the beef
Well,
is made here
Yeah, the
and
cows
grown
are
here.
We're okay. We're
Yeah.
transparent. So if you want to talk about it, that's fine. It's not a big secret. You know, I mean, I'll say it right now. So all of the cattle are born, bred, fed, finished on the ranch. Unfortunately, we lost our manufacturer here in state on those, on the jerky and the snack sticks. We found an awesome family-owned company. They're actually based outside of Illinois.
Yep.
And or inside of Illinois, I guess, but just outside of Chicago. And it's MRK Foods. They've been wonderful to work with.
Yep.
They understand the small family values. Ian and I went and toured their small facility. They're great people, and
the
they put
Cubs
out
fans.
an amazing product.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we're
the way Wesley was talking about it, I was worried you're going to say it's made in China.
no, I know. That's why I said like, whoa, we're
Yeah.
gonna
It's
switch
Illinois.
this.
And to be fair, you know, Illinois was one of the biggest processors of beef for the longest time. In fact, I'm pretty sure they still are, right?
I mean, the Midwest
So-
in general, yeah, you can't really.
Well,
beat
there's that
that.
other team called the Packers, had something to do with meat.
You know, if it's a option between the Packers and the Cubs, I'll take the Cubs, even though they don't play football.
Bears all the way, baby.
You know what?
No.
Something that really captured me that when we went on the tour, and surprisingly enough, like I didn't know about like there's this the richness to the story of Vera Ranch, particularly like Ian's part in it. Like we've had
that
him
was a
on
good
the
story.
show,
Mhm.
and I had no idea this guy's background, and just kind of like, and his background kind of better explains like how you guys probably made that progression and got to where you are now, because it's pretty impressive to oversee, 223,000 acres and, all the amazing stuff that you guys do. So
Right.
tell us that story that you told us, but I don't think we've been able to tell on air just yet.
Yeah, I mean, so Ian's grandfather, Burton Beck, was the founder of the ranch in 1968. Burton actually came from Indiana, and he used to work for Eli Lilly. Just another little side piece there. Yeah, so I know the
No big
family
deal.
history is rich in agriculture.
Yeah.
And so Burton came out. He founded the ranch, him and his wife, Betty Ann. They named it after Burton's parents, Vera and Earl. That's where our name comes from today. And so Ian now is the current owner. And at the time, Ian came out and would spend time with his grandparents at the ranch. He did not grow up at the ranch. He actually grew up in Washington. And he went to Washington State to become a lawyer. And when his grandfather had passed away earlier on, his grandmother was running the ranch, and as her health started to decline towards the end, it kind of got brought up, someone's going to have to come down here and take over the ranch, or there was the possibility of it being broken up and sold. And it meant a lot to Ian throughout his childhood, and so he decided to come down here. He talked to his new wife at the time, and him and Kristen moved down here and took over the ranch. And when they started, it was just the original Vera Earl, and it wasn't, over 200,000 acres. It was a lot smaller. And throughout the last 24 years, they have expanded that ranch into 4 ranches and what it is today.
Right.
So, he's really tried to take that legacy and continue to grow it. And that's kind of what we hope to do with the addition of the beef company, is to continue to expand that legacy and really instill that into the area itself.
So he's a lawyer turned rancher,
He
and
is.
I also want to brag about her, Sonora, a little bit. She has a master's degree
Okay.
in agriculture.
Oh,
Is that right?
yeah.
Yes,
Big
that's correct,
brains.
yeah.
Big brains around here. Okay. Interesting, man. Yeah.
And it's really amazing to see what you guys have done with the ranch as well, because I've been out to a couple ranches, but nothing like what you have going. So that beef jerky is absolutely incredible. You can go to vepremiumbeef.com. Again, that's vepremiumbeef.com and get your own. And I know
You
it's
got to
Christmas.
try it. It's amazing.
I know
It
it's
really
Christmas
is.
I
Eve,
was
but
gonna
maybe
say.
for New Year's you can
Yeah, there
do
you
you can do your roast and get some good meat going for New Year's Eve party, shredded beef
So-
or otherwise.
You got to tell the listeners about that gorgeous piece of meat you bought.
I will once I cook it, and I'm going to
Okay.
do a whole video on it, and it's going to be beautiful. It'll be up on the YouTube as soon as I do that. It'll probably be for the New Year's
Excellent.
dinner. So
What's your address again? For dinner?
Marana. I was trying to think of some place far away from Tucson, because I do not. No, I would live on the complete opposite of that. But thank you so much for joining us today on the Tucson Tasty Show. We'll see you next week from 3 to 4, and we'll be having Chef Gary of Charo Steak. Thank you to our special guests and sponsors, Chef Andrea, John Smiley, Sonora, and Kiki Rogers, Country Financial Insurance, Vero Premium Beef, Veteran Rescue Missions, Guys Next Door, Picture Rocks Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Dirty Cactus Soap, ERC Junction, Bella's Gelato, Mafia Kitchen. I'm your host, and stay tasty, Tucson.